I assume you did not vote for Donald Trump.
I did not vote for Donald Trump.
So you voted for Chase Oliver, the Libertarian candidate, obviously.
Obviously.
Right? Yeah. Do you worry that the Trump administration is uniquely anti-intellectual and is interested in destroying higher education, or is it more it's a strain of intervention that the Obama administration was calling certain shots? Is this where does Trump and his current orientation towards higher ed, where does that fit into your worldview?
I think that it's qualitatively different. Mm-hmm. As we see in the appointment of a crackpot as the Secretary for Health and Human Sciences.
Mm-hmm. That's Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as we see in the imposition of tariffs that no thinker in their right mind could endorse. There's a lot of just pleasure in watching things burn. Mm-hmm. So I think we are dealing with a different kind of intervention.
With Kennedy, what's your, he's in charge of Health and Human Services, so he's going to, he oversees the FDA, he oversees a lot of scientific, or policy setting and research money and things like that. What most concerns you about his reign?
Certainly the sowing doubt about vaccines, vaccines being perhaps the best thing our species has ever done.
Especially now that White Lotus season 3 was such a disappointment, right?
Yeah. Especially, yes.
Yeah.
I think the kneecapping of public health agencies, the massive firing of record keepers, data gatherers, which could lead to irreversible gaps in our knowledge. The foisting of a holistic nutrition agenda, which
but if the government exists, if a core function of government isn't to tell us what to eat every meal, well, come on, what is it?
That's right.
And of course, anarchy is this.
And of course, Thomas Jefferson was adamant about that when he wrote the Declaration of Independence.
He had a lot of crazy ideas. So, but then what about people? I mean, are you buoyed by people like Jay Bhattacharya at the National Institutes of Health or Marty Macri at FDA, or
Jay Bhattacharya, I think is, I think is a reasonable choice. Although, if he is going to be settling scores, and he's got plenty of scores to settle, that's probably not the most productive way to run the NIH. And just an attitude of delight in chaos, of applying a chainsaw for the sheer fun of destruction. I think governments, for all their problems, like any institutions, are finely tuned contraptions, and that generally chainsaws aren't a good way to improve them.
That's an excerpt from my podcast, The Reason Interview with Nick Gillespie. If you want to see more excerpts, go here. And if you want to see the full Q&A, go here.